Good morning, good morning. So we're back to Christmas cake time, and this time we're going to be icing it. So this is how we left it last time, and it's just been sitting covered up. So obviously you're going to need some icing sugar. Now the recipe I've got says that it's over a pound, it's actually a pound and 2 ounces, but I've actually got less than a pound in here, and I'm just going to use what I've got and make it do. You're also going to need, now it says 3 egg whites. I'm going to start with 2 and see how we get on, because as I said, I haven't quite got a pound of icing sugar, so I'm just going to adapt it. And you're also going to need some glycerine or some liquid glucose. And obviously you can't use this icing recipe if you're going to be serving this cake to anybody that's pregnant or even elderly people. You want to sort of watch it, so just use your own discretion there. You can obviously use fondant icing, or you can buy your own fondant icing, whatever you want. And then just some decorations. I've got some sort of traditional, some sort of plasticky ones. Little Merry Christmas there, if I can pick it up. Little Merry Christmas there. But I've also got some of these little iced figures. So I've got some little penguins, little polar bears, little Christmas trees, and these actually came from Lidl. These actually cost me 99p. So I'm going to pop those around the outside, do something exciting with those. So first of all, separate your eggs. Right, so here we go. I don't know why I'm putting these into this bowl and then putting them in that bowl, but never mind. I've started, so I'll finish. Right, and then pop that in there and get rid of these. Okay. Yep. Lovely. Get rid of that in there. And I said, I don't know why I put it in this bowl. I'll put it in that bowl and put it in that bowl. Okay. Right. So, we'll try 2 and see how we get on. Move those out of the way. So now we're going to sift our icing sugar into the bowl. And as I said, this is slightly less than a pound, because I used some of it, if you remember, when I was doing the marzipan. Oh, and it's all stuck in the thing. When I did the marzipan, I actually used some of this to roll it out on, which is why there's some missing from the box. But I should think this will be more than enough, to be quite honest. Right, let's grab a spoon and just push this through. It's a typical grey, wintry day. It's quite mild actually. We've just been for a walk on the beach with the dog, and it's actually quite nice. Obviously there's a bit of a gale at the beach, because there always is a bit of a sea breeze, but actually it's quite a nice day. All in all, I don't think we're going to have a white Christmas this year. I think the snow, if it does come, it's probably going to come in January or February. Right, so that's the first bit through. We'll just put some more through. Lovely. Okay. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to stir, before I put that through, I'm just going to stir some of that in and see how we're doing. This is ambidextrous, this is. Doing one thing while doing another. Right. That's good so far. Right. Put the rest of this through. So now we're just going to stir this in. Okay. Now you're looking for a fairly stiff consistency with the icing, because you know, you want to be able to get it on, but you don't want it to dribble all over the floor either. So you want it to be fairly, and this is where again you're going to have to give it a bit of a beat. Right, now we're going to pop the glucose in. I just want to put a teaspoon of glucose in, or slightly less. And this is where you might have to wait about half an hour for it to come off the spoon. Here it goes, there it goes. Okay, I'm going to pick the bowl up so I can get a bit of welly going into it, because you want to get a good sort of consistency going. Right, so now we've got a nice glossy white icing. My slight concern is it might be slightly runny, but hey, it'll soon stiffen up when it goes on the cake. So let's grab the cake. And this is where it's good if you've got one of these spatulas. Quite handy little monsters, because you can get all of the icing where it needs to be, which is on the cake and not on the spoon or in the bowl. So this is where you just sort of want to swirl it on and get it to coat fairly evenly. And then you want to start bringing it down the sides. And this is where it's quite good. I've elevated the cake up a little bit, as you can see. That's so that I can start turning it and moving it around. And then this icing that's left in the bowl, you can get out with the spatula. Start getting it on the sides of the cake. You can feel the icing already solidifying in the bowl, so it won't take long for it to set. I say it's a little bit on the runny side at the moment, but I think by the end of today it will have set quite a bit. So let's keep moving the icing round, make sure everything is covered. Looking pretty good actually. It's got quite a good shine on it, and obviously any areas that are a bit loose, and that's the dog barking for some unknown reason. And I quite like a swirly pattern on my cake, so as the icing sets I shall make a more of a pattern in it. But to start with, you just want to get the icing on there, and once your cake is iced all the way over, which I think we're there, all I've done is left this now for about half an hour. And it's started to firm up already. I'm taking a spatula again, and I'm just going, or you could use a palette knife, and I'm just going around the outside of the cake, smoothing the icing off the board and back up onto the cake, and I'm just doing that all the way around. Good morning, good morning. So this is now the Christmas cake all finished. It took a bit longer to dry than I thought it would, and also the lighting, which is not brilliant this morning because it's so early. It's actually still dark outside, hence the blackness. But I thought I'd show you it in all its glory. So this is it finished. So these are edible, these ones around the outside. You've got various things: snowmen, penguins, Christmas puddings. So that's the edible decoration. Then the stuff on the inside is just plastic or ceramic. And obviously it's a very busy looking cake, but I like the traditional look. I've always liked the traditional look. This is how my mum's Christmas cake looked when I was a child, and I basically do the same thing. And obviously you can see that it's completely dried to the touch now. It's actually been sitting on this board overnight, about 10 days I think, to Christmas Day. The cake will have completely hardened up, and the icing should be good to go. So there we go. So have a very Merry Christmas. I hope your Christmas cake, if you had a go this year, was successful. Obviously you won't know until you cut into it, so we shall wait and see. Anyway, that's it all finished, and take care everybody. See you in the new year. Bye.